All right, sorry about that. Hitsu, here we go. Welcome everyone to this week's session of Tomb of the Annihilation. I'm your host and DM, Molly the Savage. I'm here with my players this week. Chirp.
Yo.
Yarrow.
Hello.
Thwamp. And Tristan.
Yep.
And we are here to continue on. So let's go with a recap. Where last we left our heroes, the jungles of Jolt, thick with danger and older magics, watched silently as Grimgard faced a choice. A fox-faced fiend cloaked in the guise of civility, a cunning Arcanaloth from the red-robed lands of Thay, offered knowledge in exchange for trust. Though he promised arcane aid and passage through forbidden ruins, his motives were shrouded in a scholarly guise, too convenient to be true. Yarrow, ever perceptive, sensed in deep unease. The group declined his bargain and withheld their names, drawing a flicker of amusement from the Arcanaloth's golden eye before he vanished into the misty jungle. Moments later, a tremor stirred through the earth. A horde of ghouls erupted from the soil, and the party was forced into the cursed temple after a grueling battle. Thwamp nearly lost his life, but was pulled back after Uldra's fiery devastation, radiant devastation, cutting down waves of undead. Yarrow sought vantage in the temple, where she was caught off guard, and hit by a trap. Volo passed out in the occasion, dashed off, and hid. And through the trials, the party got together and solved the puzzle of the first temple. At first, they tried pressure plates, then they tried other maneuvers, but eventually it led to them joining on each other's backs and walking through the temple. In the temple, they found a letter written, or a journal, on a page written, to those who built the tubes, beware, he devours souls, Arsarak. The name rang a cold bell in Tristan's mind, a legend of lichdom or soul devourer feared amongst other necromancers. Thwamp copied the ominous page and left the original journal where it was, left in the temple. And along the message, the party gathered. Now this is a little bit of a recall here, Rickon. Brass knuckles, an alchemy jug, 500 gold pieces, 2 diamonds, 3 poisons, and 2 spell scrolls. One of lightning bolt and the other of hypnotic pattern. The name on the journal, Raphael, was found scrolling through, likely to be the original owner, but the last page, the message felt wrong. It was etched in like a laser, and the party suspected that the Arcanaloth wanted this knowledge, and so they decided to leave it in the temple. Reeling from the previous revelations and the bloody battle, Grimgard regrouped and spoke with the soldier of the Iron Gauntlet, where they learned about what had happened with the battalion. They originally were scouted on orders. They originally scouted this location on orders from Commander Lyra Porter, as a council, hoping to etch a foothold in the jungle where they would be able to disperse forces. But rumors suggested that Camp Vengeance is the current area where they reside and further downriver, and stood a better foothold instead of a perimeter. Uldra, who had sought to see this camp, led the party at dawn, asking them to get to Camp Vengeance as soon as possible. So, a ripple happened, and a presence was felt. Hours into their journey through the rain, they emerged from the muck an Aboleth, an ancient and vast creature with tendrils brushing the surface as a psychic pressure filled the air, and the echoing tongue of the deep spoke, the Ender follows you, I want to know why. Tristan and Yarrow had their minds seized by this alien magic, stood slack-eyed under its control. Thwamp, who understood the creature's speech, froze in growing horror. Chirp sensed a predatory mind, old and infinitely curious, but could not grasp the words it spoke. However, its feeling nonetheless, they wanted to talk. And now, with half of their numbers enthralled, and the group unspoke crawling to the dark corners of their destiny, Grimguard stands on the edge of something far more ancient than tombs or fiends. Will they resist the will of the deep? What is the Ender-Taint, and why does it follow them? Only judge awaits in the river's whisper, and the dead never far behind. And so now, you all stand in front as the rain is pouring down on top of you guys lightly. You guys stand in front of this creature staring at you. The jungle itself is still very loud as you guys are next to the riverbed. Tristan and Yarrow, to you this creature is friendly. You do not wish to attack it. However, it is also extremely terrifying, so you also don't really want to disobey it. But hold on, transitioning. Here, boom. In front of you stands the Arcanaloth. I'm sorry, the Aboleth. It's asking. Now, I would just like to ask you a few questions, and then you can maybe do me a favor. As it stares at you guys, let us begin.
Oh boy.
Yarrow kind of looks between the creature and the rest of the crew. See, it only wants to talk. We can answer its questions to its favor and be on our way.
So Tristan's like, it is my master, and I think we should listen to my master. Tristan's very confused, and it's like he's in a drunken stupor.
And just in your mind, well, maybe you're already thinking this, but you hear yourself say, "Thwamp, I think we're in trouble."
Thwamp talks to everybody going, you guys aren't seeing it the way that I am, I guess. As he talks to the Aboleth, like, you want us to talk and you're already here. Are we gonna go with this? I'm all ears. Ollie, you are muted.
I believe Aboleths like to think really hard before they speak, so.
This hard?
Don't rush it, guys.
Alright, cue the elevator
Oh,
music. Technical
it's
difficulties.
guys. I muted myself by accident. Oh, good lord.
Mm-hmm. Your facial
you.
expressions said a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just like, it's Ollie think. Oh no, Ollie's trying to talk. Oh no.
Oh, no.
He's holding his mic.
Okay.
He's probably doing a voice right now. Oh boy.
So I go. So the Aboleth goes.
Now, one of you have been touched by the river. Who is it?
As he like moves his tentacles over towards Chirp, his mind, his brain. Chirp, you feel the ever presence of someone desperately trying to pierce your mind. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, another one. I think he likes me, guys. There you are. A 16.
Yeah, you're fine. You resist as it looks at you and goes.
Not one to speak. I guess you are the only one who can understand me, Pact.
As he turns its gaze towards Thwamp.
Thwamp replies, "It seems I am, though my comrades over here seem to understand you somehow. Or it seems I'm the only one that speaks your language."
They understand my intention. I don't think they understand me like you. It's interesting.
Weird how life works, huh? Anyways, I'll be your translator if that's what you want.
This
What are you-
one,
As he moves towards Chirp.
what a river has he touched?
Thwamp looks at Chirp and tries to like cyclically, almost like just translate it word for word, because it's just through the mind, right? If I'm correct.
Yeah, for us, it's yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I'll just talk to you and translate anything that I can hear.
Chirp takes a step back as it sort of approaches him.
Thwamp says out loud, "River. What river do you speak of? In a literal or metaphorical?"
Womp, I have no idea what this thing is talking about.
Thwamp replies to the creature, "He's unaware of what you're talking about. What river do you speak of?"
The river that leads to the beyond, to the deep. Those where the Ender lie. You,
Give him-
sir, maybe you know someone who's been touched by the river.
The river.
I sense the Ender-Taint following you, and I just want to know where it's coming from, for I can tap into its power.
None of us have, from my knowledge, none of us have talked or interacted with anything related to something. What is this Ender that you're speaking of? This is not knowledge known to me. So if it is something that you're smelling, it is not something that we willingly did.
The
Unless-
Ender is the Omega. the father of all destruction. He
A deity?
As he stops, it looks over as it starts to, like, wrap its tentacles around the ship as it pulls itself closer onto the ship. Ooh. It looks at you, Millen, and tries to peer into your mind. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save. 16.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So he's unable to read your thoughts. And so
Do I feel it?
now, yes, for sure.
Okay.
How dare you? I merely want information. Comply, or your slaves, my slaves will kill you.
Speaking of slaves, I understand that Sir Tristan and Yarrow are seemingly enthralled by this thing, but what of the other two? If I look at them, do they seem also enthralled, or are they resisting?
Azaka is cautiously has her hand on her weapon. She's just not moving right now. Wolo's invisible.
What about Uldra?
Uldra and Uldra also. Uldra is not affected by the enthrallment.
Okay.
I don't think trying to pierce my mind is the best way to get answers. You could ask, just as how you have been, but I can only give you answers that I know the answer. But I can only give you answers that I know. If you ask a question that I do not know the answer to, that is not knowledge you can gain from me. We've been talking in a completely normal tone. Are you dissatisfied with this?
Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion or perception?
Persuasion.
Persuasion. Persuasion.
You hear it look at you and goes,
I am looking for the taints. If you stand in my way, I will end all right now. Now comply.
as it like starts to take its tentacle and go towards your head, now physically trying to pierce into your brain. What are you doing?
I take my staff and like not hit it, just put it in the way. Just put it in the way. Like blocking.
Okay, it's going to since you are resisting its mime, its skin, it's looking into your mind. It's going to take it as an act of aggression, and it is going to now look at the lot of you and demand Yarrow and Tristan to hold you down. So, Yarrow and Tristan, I need you to both make strength checks and hold this young man down. Thwamp, strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw.
Yarrow's not very strong.
Yeah.
Jesus.
While this is happening, can I see?
Yeah, you definitely failed.
Yeah, with a 22, of course.
Can I see that Sir Tristan seems to be successful, and then try to run over and tackle Sir Tristan?
Yes.
Take him off.
Yeah, give me a just straight roll d20 unarmed attack.
All right.
Tristan, what's your AC right now?
Let's see. Was it a 19?
Oh
wait.
Do you have Shield of Faith on? If your Shield of Faith is off, then that hits. You're able to tackle him. Which he probably is.
I think it was off. I don't remember the last time.
We used
The
it
last time
fighting
he-
the ghouls.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I
it's
don't
been
know.
a couple hours.
Yeah, it's off. So you hits.
Cool.
I think, yeah, 17. I think it was 17, right?
I don't see
18.
Shield of Faith on here,
Okay.
so it's probably is 19. I'll worry about it later. We'll just say it's 17 for now. And that actually hits. And you're able to tackle Tristan from holding Thwamp. And the Aboleth lets loose a horror scream. Everyone roll initiative. Hold on, I'm sorry. Everyone roll initiative now.
Don't forget to select your character. I always do.
It was almost a 20, and then it wasn't.
Rest in pieces.
I mean, look at the initiative order. It makes sense. Me and Tristan are right next to each other.
So, y'all ready for some unintentional PvP?
Oh no, it's intentional, just unwanted.
Yeah. Yep.
Mind magics be like.
Okay, Azaka, Uldra. Azaka is up first. She is gonna call out, "Men, about face, focus attack, begin!" As you see the 6 people on the other ship in front of you, like they start turning their ship around, their canoe around, and they start making their way into the fold. And she is going to she's going to go into her hybrid form, and she is going to try to scratch or bite and pounce onto this Aboleth. She jumps on top and bites. 10 misses. She's claws. 11 misses. Yarrow.
Okay, so given she is still enthralled, she will shift with her first bonus action. Then, is the order to still, like, restrain Thwamp?
Yes.
Okay, so she will try to tackle Thwamp, get a hold of him.
Okay. One roll d20 on arm attack. Let's do it.
Just,
5. I don't think you can.
nope, probably not. And that will be her turn.
Thwamp.
Thwamp is gonna look at Uldra and look at her and tell her, like, get these two back in shape. We gotta get this thing in order. As I go to, where is it? Can I reach the Aboleth from here since it had its tentacle right beside me, or no?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Then, considering the crash, talk is out of the table. I'm going to try to hit that tentacle that like try to grab me or pierce me, whatever that was. Real quick. I'm guessing I do not use the question mark, yes?
Right.
Or is that the one that I use?
No, the other one, the brass knuckle.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, if you want to use the question mark, I guess you could use it, but then you'd have to.
Probably won't do much.
Yeah, you have to attune to it, So, unless you've been attuning to it this whole time, it's just gonna be brass knuckle.
Oh, I'll be honest. I put them on as soon as we got.
That is fair.
So I don't know if that counts.
That definitely counts if you're willingly attuning to them. Yes.
Then yeah, I did already put them on. All right then.
Nothing else to do on a boat, right?
Nothing else to do in a boat. I'll use the question mark, whatever it may
Brass
be.
knuckles, but yeah.
Yeah. Normal attack. 18.
I believe. Yes, 18 hits.
6 bludgeoning. 6 bludgeoning, 2 force.
Okay.
As I try to just whack away the tentacle.
Okey-doke.
And then it would be monk unarmed. Or rather, what can I do? What can I? I will. Dodge. I'll use a key and dodge. Moving. No, yeah, I'm dodging. Because moving would away from the Aboleth would trigger an attack. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Then yeah, I use my action to hit it. 6 bludgeoning, 2 force, and I use my bonus action to dodge. That'll be the end of my turn.
Sure.
Well, knowing that I am not nearly as strong as Sir Tristan and I got lucky, I will, I think what I'll do is I'll let him go. I'm gonna try to get him to snap out of it. So I will take a look around on the ship. Are there any, or the canoe rather, is there any just like loose buckets anywhere? Or some kind of container for water?
There are definitely like a small bucket on this, like very small, like a bowl almost.
So if I could, I would like to try to pick up the bucket, fill it with water, and then splash Sir Tristan with it in his face.
Sure. How do I make that happen? fuck it. We'll do an unarmed attack. You know, you're just throwing something in the spot water in his face. Maybe you'll miss.
Maybe.
This
I
probably
don't
won't
have
be against his
proficiency
AC.
in buckets, so natural.
Yeah, natural 20. So you splash that into Tristan's face.
Snap out of it in his mind ringing in his own voice, telling him to snap out of it.
Ooh, Tristan, give me a wisdom saving throw. At disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage.
Just roll higher than that. Damn it.
You are not snapped out of it, unfortunately. But, sure, your ability to peer and to access people's minds, you believe that might have had a little bit of an effect.
More than the water did. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then I will move right here.
All right. Is that your turn?
Back to back with Thwamp, and that'll end my turn.
All right. The Aboleth takes its tentacle, whacks Thwamp 25 hits. Thwamp, you take
That's with
15
disadvantage?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Disadvantage 19.
Damn.
15 bludgeoning damage. And give me a Constitution saving throw.
15 bludgeoning and con saving throw. I'm not rolling very high.
So you are diseased, and you cannot regain hit points unless it's underwater, and a disease can only be removed through a disease curing spell.
Damn.
So with of 6th level or higher. So when the creature is outside the body of water, it takes 6 acid damage every 10 minutes unless the moisture is applied to its skin. So you take 6 acid damage. You're not going to take it the rest of the fight, but you now have a lingering issue. It's going to swing its tentacle now at Chirp.
15
20.
plus 6.
Will hit.
Yes, 15 plus 6.
Okay.
You take 15 bludgeoning damage. A Constitution saving throw.
Natural 20.
You are fine. However, you are grappled. It's going to swing its 3rd attack at Uldra. Oh, it rolled an 11. That misses. Tristan, you are up.
I'm still under control, right?
Correct. And your directives are now to hold down Thwamp. And Thwamp is looking very easy to hold down at this moment in time.
Alright, let's see.
Still dodging.
Where is Thwamp? Then he's going to try to grapple the Thwamp.
Okay, you have advantage because he's always being held down by a tentacle, so you can just hold him down with him.
Nope, wrong thing. $17. No,
Yeah, they're good.
hold on.
Yeah, you're good. Uldra is what is Uldra gonna do? Uldra is going to Spiritual Guardians. This thing has to make a whiz save. Unfortunate for her, this thing's really good at whiz. But it failed, actually. So it takes 19 radiant damage. And... we'll take a radiant damage until it's out of this... speed creatures half. First time, more than make a statement. Fail. Okay. Okay. Alright. Speed is halved. Azaka is going to now try to swing at this thing again. First with her bite, then with her claw. Bite is a nat 1, but the claw hits for 11. Yarrow.
I guess technically the monster's orders have not changed. Yes,
Yes,
that's safe
correct.
to assume.
That is correct.
She is gonna pull out her spear and try to knock down Thwamp with the blunt end of it.
Okay. Give me a roll with your spear.
Roll spear? Perfect. Okay.
I don't think a 7 hits. But
Nope,
you give
definitely doesn't.
you could have advantage because he's being held down by this tentacle.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that hits, but you're doing non-lethal damage, so Thwamp, you're still alive. Albeit maybe 1 hit point.
Definitely.
Uh,
Not much different than before the turn.
anything else, Yarrow?
Not particularly. I don't really know what else she can do while she's still enthralled. So
Yeah.
orders are restrain Thwamp, orders are restrain Thwamp. So
Thwamp.
What can I do? I'm knocked out.
you're prone.
Oh, you have 1 hit point, but yeah, you're prone.
Wait, did you take
Can't.
all of your health non-lethal?
So if it's non-lethal, do you still go down? That's why. What's the point of non-lethal then?
I think you go unconscious. You're just not making death saving throws.
Oh, I see. Well, then you'd be stabilized then, I guess, right?
I mean, effectively, right? You'd be at with a 1 HP stable.
1 HP. Okay, so yeah, Swamp, you're unconscious.
Anyway,
Well,
So,
not much I can
that's
do.
yeah, unfortunate, brother.
Very much.
Sure.
So.
Damn it. What's a bird to do? I guess he'll just reach out to Yarrow's and Tristan's minds. This time, both of them, and try to get them to snap out of it. Just kind of repeating it, echoing it,
Yarrow
having it
and
reverberate
Tristan,
in their heads.
Give me wisdom saving throws.
just normal.
14, okay. All right, Tristan.
Nice.
Oops.
Tristan, you snap out of it. Yarrow, you are still under the effects.
Yeah, okay, dude. Really?
Tristan.
Holy shit!
He really wanted to snap out of it.
Anything else, Chirp? I would count that as an action.
Jesus. Can I do anything with my bonus action right now? Probably not. I will attempt to wake Thwamp if you'll allow a bonus action to do that.
Yeah, sure.
Just jostle him, see if he wakes up, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I'll allow it. Use your bonus action to do that. Thwamp, you
Yeah.
are waking out of a stupor.
Wakey, eggs and bacon.
The Aboleth is going to compel you to let it probe your mind, Thwamp. As it's saying to you in deep speech, allow me to probe your mind and this will all end.
That's his turn, or what?
It's saying it to you, yeah.
I guess I respond as like, if I do, will you let us go?
No. And as it starts to take its tentacle and put it into your head, you see like you feel a sharpness going into your head. And as it starts to split your brain, you feel something start to come in, but as you do that, boop, the Aboleth, it disappears. Tristan, Yarrow, you're snap out of it.
Her hand kind of rushes to her forehead as she, like, is obviously very dazed and confused coming out of the thing. She sees Thwamp on the ground.
Slimy.
Oh no. Just kind of looking at everyone. What happened? Where'd the thing go?
Thwamp just is on the ground going, water.
It's like Sir Tristan looks around and he's like, huh? I feel like I've drank and I don't like drinking that much.
Yeah, my head is splitting.
From behind you, you see the Arcanaloth appear before you.
Well, well, well. Look who's been touching the end.
Chirp
Hello,
gonna start
Grimguard.
dragging Thwamp away from Tristan and Yarrow, but then hearing that voice behind him starts trying to drag him towards the bow. Until he realizes that Tristan and Yarrow are snapped out of it.
That is a fearsome creature. Now, isn't it?
Thwamp just
Shut up,
keeps on
Weber,
muttering.
Fox.
Thwamp is just muttering under his breath, just water. Water.
And I'll go and grab the bucket that I used to throw water in Tristan's face and retrieve some more water for Thwamp.
Yarrow holds out her hand to Chirp. Don't let him drink that. And she, like, her head's still splitting, and now this fox thing she doesn't like has appeared, and her mood is just souring further.
Not for him to drink, I'm just throwing it on him. Look at him. Something's wrong with him.
The skin is starting to flake up and dry out rapidly.
Feathers are falling off.
Yep.
So yeah, I go get the water and I throw it on him.
Thwamp, the water makes your feathers like sticks like slimy like a duck. Your body's changing. Something's happening to you right now. The Arcanaloth goes,
Now, that's a pretty gnarly disease there now, isn't it?
What?
I could help you if you'd like.
What is happening? I feel heavy. dry and flaky, and as I see like feathers just like almost like without even moving, just like fall off. It's like, what is this?
It is abyssal, a crazy abyssal disease. The likes that which turn its hosts into a creature similar to the Aboleth. I'd say you have 24 hours before you are turned.
Turn into what?
A creature of the end, of course.
I was talking about that shit. What does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? Fucking around
Would you
in
like my
head.
help? We could form an alliance. I love information. And if this thing's following you around, then you might have information.
I don't know I don't know what it was talking about. Ender. I don't know.
It's like Sir Tristan goes, at the risk, I know I'm going to regret this, but,
Wait. Yara's gonna stop Tristan and look to both Azaka and Uldra. And then she's also going to do the unexpected. She's gonna call out for Volo. Can one of you verify this?
You hear Vola go,
Hello, everyone.
Willow walks up the stairs, terrified of what he just experienced.
Well, that is a gnarly curse. I agree, it's a disease. It would require a high level of ability to remove it. I would think a cleric, that would be a very renowned one, would probably be able to do it, or a mage of a high ability, one beyond my capability. However, Mr. Arcanaloth, pleasure to meet you. My name is Volo. I'm actually a bard and a historian. I would love to talk to you sometime when you have some free time. Maybe we can catch up later. What kind of alliance are you looking for? Do you maybe talk with me? And then Arcanaloth go, Volo, I'm not interested in your blabbery. Please, allow me to talk to my guests here. Do we have a deal?
And in everybody else's head, you hear Chirp say to you all, he's a vulturous cur. I don't know that we can hold out long enough, though. Not to get you the help that you need.
Thwamp is on the ground, just... You want information, right? You can get rid of this?
Of course.
As he takes out his spell book and starts flipping through a bunch of pages magically, it stops as it turns and the book hovers over you as it casts a high level greater restoration over 7th level greater restoration, and the disease of the elements of you have are gone.
it's like Sir Tristan goes, what
It's
are
back to normal.
Sir Tristan goes, what exactly are your terms for an alliance?
Well, you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. I'm looking for information about what was happened in that temple. Clearly, someone is interested in you. That abyssal creature doesn't really come out of its place beneath for no reason. I sent it back to the abyss for now, so it won't be back for a while. However, there are other creatures like it in these parts, and I guarantee this will continue unless you figure out what's happening. And as a particular type of wizard who loves information, you tell me about what you're finding within these tombs, and I will tell you about what I can help you with in magic. May there be high-level spells, a helping hand, spell books that I have. You
So
know,
Tristan
those sorts
goes-
of things.
So Tristan goes, all right. Well, I'll consider it, but under one condition, and one condition that must be met right here and now. What is your ultimate goal? And don't give me that knowledge crap.
Well, I can't not tell you the truth. I am sent here on behalf of my organization, and we are investigating. Well, Tristan, some of us like to remain neutral in our political doings, and so I do not represent them in political talks. And so I decide to remain neutral and anonymous with my organization. However, if it will affect negotiation, I'm part of a wizard group called the Red Wizards of Thay.
So Tristan goes, that I can work with. I've dealt with political shenanigans myself, so I understand your position more than you would actually think.
So,
Thwamp goes. Thwamp goes. Real quick. Does the pain in my head still is it still there?
no, not really. The thing didn't get into your head completely. It was just about to, but then it got banished.
Okay. Okay. You know what? Now I'm not slime anymore.
Nope.
Correct? I
Nope.
I
I
feel.
mean, you are missing a lot of feathers, but they'll grow
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. It's like, I go to the Arcanaloth. It's like oh, you want to know what was in that tomb, right? I didn't understand
Please.
why you couldn't go in, but eventually we found a way in. And I go through my journal. A name. Here. You want trust? I'll give you trust. Asarak. That's what we found.
You see him, his ears perk up. Asarak. Oh, Lord.
I don't know what that is. I have some
Asarak
speculations,
is
but I don't
behind
know.
this. Interesting. What did it mention of Asarak?
Devouring souls.
So Tristan goes, we found a journal in there, but we deemed it so dangerous, we decided to leave it there.
Well, I guess that wouldn't really help. But Asarak is enough. That could help my compatriots. I'm curious on what he's doing. This should be fascinating.
Thwamp is gonna just lay down.
It's like, so Tristan goes, that creature was looking for, said that we smelled of something, right?
The Ender. It said the Ender. I don't know why. I don't know what the fuck that is.
So
It's just
Tristan goes, Arcanaloth, do you know what the Ender entails? Like, is it related to death?
You can call me Yoi. Since we are allies, Yoi is my name.
So Tristan goes, Yoi, I'll keep it in mind for now. I'll consider you an asset for now. We'll have mutual respect if you don't betray us. We could even become, well, I don't want to say friends, but business partners. So some favorable.
I only search for information, Tristan. The merchant.
So Tristan goes, information is never free. And when you deal in information, it is always a business.
I guess you have a point. Fine, we can work together. I really just want a temporary allyship, but if you want to work long term, I'm cool with that as well. However, I don't deal with the goody-goody two-shoes nonsense, so don't ask me to come help save the world or anything like that.
So Tristan goes, laughs. So Tristan laughs. Of course not. Nobody who deals in information is ever a goody two-shoes, and I include myself in that. I've done some horrible things before to get information, so I can understand. We can work together on that.
Wonderful. Now, would you like to introduce yourselves?
So Tristan sighs and he goes, well, since you gave your name, I might as well give your name. You do have us. My name is Sir Tristan Copperfield.
the magic book opens up as it flips to a page, and it like starts writing information on the page. Okay, Tristan Copperfield, pleasure to meet you.
So Tristan goes, well, I would like to say the same, but this is a business transaction, and I'm giving you trust, and thus I've told you my name.
Ah, Tristan, the hero of Tiamat Bahamut. Okay, very interesting. It looks like you, sir, are quite renowned. I can't believe I've never come across your studies, but in the Far East, the makings of Faerun and the West don't really make the news as much, but very nice. You have an extensive history. Volo goes, I'm actually Volothrop. He goes, I know who you are, Volo. Please do not talk to me.
So Tristan goes, I think all of the world knows who you are, and not in a good way.
How about the rest of you? What are your names?
Thwamp literally makes a fist and just thwomps the ground. It's like,
Thwamp.
I never lied to you. That is my name.
Ah, interesting. Thank you. Have interesting names. Thwomp, as you say that, the page opens up again to another page randomly, and stuff starts written down. How about you, young spy? You look like a hopper if I've ever seen one.
I will go ahead and use my daily free psychic connection to talk to the Arcanaloth in his mind.
Okay.
I believe it's a D6 right now. And we can talk for 6 whole hours within a mile. Unless he decides to sever the connection.
What do you say?
And in his mind, he goes, yes, you would obviously know the brooch. I am a harper. The name's Perch.
Okay, Perch. Nothing happens with the book when you say Perch. Interesting. Maybe you are not known within this realm, Perch. Are you from the Far East?
I do, in fact, do my best to not be known.
He looks at you with suspicion, but lets it go. Yeah, okay, Perch. And how about you, young lady?
Yarrow kind of looks between Tristan, Thwamp, Chirp. Kind of puzzled, because both Tristan and Thwamp have already given names. However, Chirp gave a false name. And she's kind of, again, not as people savvy, but also does not exactly trust this thing.
So Tristan, notes her, distrust and goes, I know you're new to the whole thing, but I can tell you this is going down as a meeting. This is similar to meetings between foreign countries that don't trust each other. I'd give him your name. We're in a position where we can't move forward unless each party gives a little skin in the game.
You also wouldn't know that Chirp gave him a false name because you use psychic
Oh, right.
communication.
Right, okay. My bad. In that case, I mean, I think her actions would still be the same, so that's fine.
Mhm.
She kind of mull over it a bit longer, but eventually she will give her name. But just her name, Yado.
Yarrow, the book opens up as it slips to another random page and stuff starts being written down. Well, sure. Thwomp, Yarrow, Perch, and Tristan. Pleasure meeting you. I am Yoi. I will be a moment's notice, a call away. You can take this as he reaches into his a bag that he has tied to his cape, back like on his back, and takes out a small slate. It's it looks like something that would look like a like a tablet, but it's not like glass or anything. It's just made of like this very thin metal. And he goes, "This here is a gate for me. If you need it, I will need you to, those who are magically inclined, to channel some magic into it and throw it on the ground. And then I will come. And then occasionally you will see me pop up at certain areas asking for information whenever I may need. I have my subordinates are in Choltz. If you come across the heart of Hutao, tell them that you know me, Yoi. Okay?
So just goes, one more thing. The Ender, is it related to the northern shores of Cholt?
The Ender is a god that is not favored by the others, and so he is outcast to the depths of the abyss. Far below the pain of Hades, the blood war starts over his unsatiable act to devour. He is nothing more than the end of all existence, and thus he shall remain at the end of existence.
Sir Tristan goes, I see, but my question is he related, that Aboleth, was he wondering what was going on with the northern shores, particularly with all those, we had an incident up there.
Do tell.
Sir Tristan, sighs and he goes, I'll probably regret this, but I figure we might as well keep you in the loop. We had a person with us before. Sir Tristan goes, a warlock in denial.
A warlock in denial. So, I see. So he hasn't made a pact with his patron, but uses his power, is what you're saying.
Sir Tristan goes, yeah, and we had a run-in with some abyssal creatures or abominations oozing gunk, disease. And he's the only one that fits that bill, because none of us dabble in, well, at least unless we don't sleepwalk or whatever, none of us dabble in any kind of magic like that or anything close to Ender or anything, even know what that is.
That would make sense. Your friend is not going into a pact, and thus his patron is trying to make his life a living hell until he does, which I suspect has his taint following you around as a stench of someone who's touched the river Styx. That is unfortunate. Well, it's been fun, but this is all the time I have. For I have other things I need to do. As the Arcanaloth goes to the edge of the boat, and then jumps down, and then it disappears as it jumps down into, like, you don't even know what, but it's just gone.
Let's leave this. I don't want to see the thing again.
Or a psychic.
Yes, your psychic rod was broken. It's beyond a mile away. Well, that was interesting, to say the least, right? Close call, Aboleth to Arcanaloth. You don't see that every day. This is going to be very good writing. I hope all of you are okay. I'm going to go use the little boy's room as I make my way. Goodbye.
Sir Tristan's like he's going to soil himself.
I hope he throws
He
up.
might have already.
Your Ridley friend. We need more information on him. Whether you guys want it or not, I do.
Well, He's back with the Harpers in
Port.
Port. Good that I don't have to try very hard.
We have a feeling this is going to come bite us later.
It 100% will.
It looks like it's already bitten us.
Let's try not to get devoured.
Uldra goes, "You guys have a whole lot of fucking problems, I promise you." Oh my goodness. She like walks to the back and like sits down. Azaka goes, "Well," as she turns back to human form, "that was interesting. I don't see very much people who go toe to toe with these type of creatures and survive, including myself. Thank goodness for that stupid fox. Best of luck to you. Men, move out." And that is where we were going to take our first break. All right, and we're back. So,
And nearly dead.
we are on the river. That just happened. I'd say it's probably been about an hour. You guys are on the open sea.
I'm on a river.
Sorry, I meant to say river. Open river. And you are getting close to Fort Camp Vengeance, but it's starting to get late and the rain is really getting bad at night, and so Azaka is recommending that we make camp or we can push through the night.
I look at Azaka, and then I look at Thwamp, and I look down at myself, and I look back at Azaka, and then I start pitching a tent.
So I search this and goes,
Not on
I
the
think
boat.
that's the best.
All
Yeah,
Yeah.
no
no.
arguments. Imagine her head still a little poundy.
I gather the things for the tent from the boat.
Bro just like, we're making it right the fuck here on the boat. We're not going anywhere.
Hey, a good hammock. It's a nice night's sleep, I'll tell you what.
Would know.
A good
Thwomp
hammock
looking
is
like he
nice
got a
snack.
$5 haircut helps you put up a tent.
Bro got the $5. Bro got the $5. Oh no, not the $5.
Man got plucked.
Fucking plucked.
He got the my friend says he could do it cheaper.
My-
I got the trainee, unfortunately.
Hey, I think the trainee would still do better.
1 month. 1 month training. No. And thought my feathers were hair.
Oof. Oof.
Okay. Thwomp. We take a long rest. It is the next day. 1d8 from you, sir.
1d8. Hold up, let me. There. Pull up my sheet. 1d8. 2.
Oh, the weather consists. It's still shitty the next day. Everyone gave survival checks.
And nobody roll a goddamn one.
Can I ask an on question? Is the weather ever not shitty?
It's just different types of shit.
There's times when the weather's not shitty, okay? You just haven't come across it yet.
Where the fuck is it going back? Faerun? The mainland of Faerun? And it left all the bad one at Chult. That's what fucking happened.
I will
place-
say that if my survival check counts as a failure, I will use Cybal Cernak on it, by the way.
It doesn't. You guys are good. Very easy roll. You guys arrive.
Oh no, I can't. Still. I need more proficiencies.
Alright, so going to require some time as I'm setting up the scene. Give me one moment.
Mission to hit that long rest button.
Long rest granted.
Hell yeah.
Finally.
Aye, aye, Captain.
So. Oh boy. Ay. Guys
One quick
arrived.
question that I
Oh,
couldn't
yes,
ask
sir.
you during
Go ahead.
the break as you walked away. Since I'm wearing them and I might use them, am I attuned to them? Yes.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
And they are revealed to you. Congratulations. You are cursed with super death curse times 1,000,000. You will turn into a squirrel once every 3 days. Your hit points are reduced to 4. And you have a plus 11 to your attack rolls using your dex modifier. And it does 1d4 plus another d4. Congratulations.
What?
May I see the sheet?
Bro wants proof. Okay, good. I reveal to you the Knuckles of Conduit. Forged an unknown alloy of obsidian and meteoric silver. This heavy knuckles pulse with faint blue energy along the engraved lines, etched in an infernal script. When worn, they hum softly with a stored kinetic and magical potency, resonating as an arcane force each time they strike true. On a successful hit, force strike. On a successful hit, the target takes an additional 1d4 force damage, and this is not considered magical unless the wielder is attuned. Soul knife hit feedback. Soulkin feedback. When you roll a natural 20 on an attack roll with these knuckles, you can immediately cast Eldritch Blast as a bonus action, even if you're not a caster. The charisma is your spell casting ability for your attack, and it's the same to hit as your melee attacks.
Sick. What the
You
fuck?
should see you should see them. I gave them to you in chat, but I'll put a picture in chat for everyone.
Gave him to me in chat.
In your spell in your player notes.
Player.
On Roll20 your items. It should say items under players. It should say items, and then you should see like your dinosaur hide cloak of cooling and your knuckles of conduit.
Oh, okay. I see.
Speaking of which, Chirp, would you have looked at your poisons while doing the long rest?
Sure.
All right. So, let me put this in chat. We're going to put it in notes. This is the conduits, the Knuckles of Conduit. Knuckles of Conduit!
Same plus to hit as.
I might have to reset my Discord froze.
Okay. Sure. You've gotten 6 vials. 2 of each. They are all distinct color. The first is a green poison that is a serpent's fang venom. And this is being revealed to you. Chirp. It's extracted from the jungle pit viper, a venomous snake that is in the near riverbanks and undergrowth. You put it on your weapon, and each target must succeed a DC 13 con save or take 2d4 poison damage, and is poisoned until the end of their next turn. And so, out of 1 vial, you have 10 uses.
Whoa.
Wow. Curse Mistress spellcasting. Uses the same plus 10.
And so, how many vials again?
You have 2, so you have 20
Okay.
uses of this one.
Sure.
The next one is Ember Claw Resin, or resin. It's hardened secretions from wild giant fire ants mixed with volcanic ashes. And again, you put on your weapon, and the attack The target of the attack takes 2d6 fire damage on a DC 14 dexterity saving throw, or takes half as much on a success. If the target fails by 5 or more, they catch fire, 1d4 fire damage at the start of the next turn, unless extinguished.
Okay,
Again,
sorry.
this
So
is,
2d6 fire damage, half as much on a success, and then is ignited if they fail.
If they fail by 5 or more, so let's say they
5
get
or
like a
more.
9, right? Let's say they get like a 9 or 8. They catch on fire, they take 1d4 fire damage. It's like an incinerate bullet.
Yeah.
The third one, and I'm going to put all these in chat, the images, but I gave you the sheets in Roll20. You should see them under your journal. It should say players, items, and then you should see them pop up.
Okay.
The third one is the Witherleaf Extract. This is from a Chilton Vine that exudes from cautious sap when crushed. It's contact or injury, so you could throw it on someone or they have to pierce or enter the bloodstream. And on a hit or touch, they must take a DC 12 con save or take 1d6 poison damage and cannot regain hit points until the end of their next turn.
Thick. 20 uses of each of these? Nice.
Correct. Yes.
Then I guess I do have to ask, how does that work with my mind knives?
Well, sir, you could use other things besides your mind knives if you so choose. Or you can give them to your friends.
Yeah. I will also, I'll play the angle of the description of the mind knives says that they are manifested. So you manifest your psionic power as shimmering blades of psychic energy. So I guess then,
Right. Not physical.
okay. Unfortunate.
Yeah, well, you don't have to take them. You could give them to your friends. They,
Yeah.
I guess maybe Yara would probably really like those.
Probably so. And in fact, I would likely offer them to Yarrow when the time is right.
There's the Ember Rosin. Or resin.
Sweet.
Okay, and last but not least. God. Okay, and so through the foliage, you see the crude timber fortification, a wall compounded with watchtowers and tents inside, encircled in a ditch, bristled with sharpened stakes. A large gatehouse faces the river on the shore, which has 4 rowboats tied to the wooden posts. Scattered around the fort, there are piles of charred human corpses and flayed animal carcasses swarming with flies. It smells awful. You guys arrive at Camp Vengeance, and you see these towering wooden walls, and you hear one of the men, the soldier, go, "Hi, Shinley, Jakin, it's me. I've returned. Open the gates." As you guys see the gates open to Camp Vengeance on this rainy day, the mood is sour. The men and women in here are looking for worse, but they're alive. You guys walk in to the front. There is like, you walk up, you go into this like fortified gate, and you walk down a ladder, and in this pit where these wooden structures are up against, you see people, both tribal people and Order of the Iron Gauntlets alike, working, fortifying the fort, tending to the dead, cutting up the corpses, that type of stuff. Azaka and her men are waiting out by the boat. Their job was to get you guys here, so they're actually going to hang out and make camp up a little bit, and be off to themselves.
Sir Tristan goes. Sir Tristan goes into a random garden and goes, "Excuse me, good sir. I'm looking for the commander here. We have terrible news to bring him."
Yes, Uldra goes, "Yes, I am here, Vice Captain Uldra of the Order of the Iron Gauntlet main division, to investigate what's going on. Please take me to your commander immediately." And then goes, "Right, Captain, Vice Admiral Uldra, this way. You, sir, I'm not familiar. Apologies, but come with me. We'll show you to Commander Neil Breakbone."
Sir Tristan, flashes his badge. It's like, "Sir Tristan, Order of the Gauntlet, 12th Division, Order of the Cog."
Oh, the Cog. Okay, nice, cool. Commander, I didn't realize I was in such a high level of presence. Right, yes. Come follow us.
So Sir Tristan goes, "Don't let it get to your side. We're all normal people."
So, as you guys make your way into there are a handful of Order of the Gauntlet warriors who are, or soldiers who are very much, they look very strong. They look in tip shape. The rest of them look like they are for worse. There are a lot of tribal warriors here. They look like Choltons, but maybe they are a different complexion. And out of the tent, you see a like 5'10", pale skinned dude come out. He has like commander robes on, so he has like these very nice like blue robes with like a yellow overlay, and then he has his armor on underneath, over top. As he walks out, he goes, "Men, get ready to ship up. We have another watch this evening. These things are unwielding. Burn the carcasses. Hurry up, hurry up." As he looks over and sees the company, he goes, looks like we have help. Great. You guys are being commandeered. Congratulations. I'm sorry, conscripted.
So Tristan goes, "That's impossible. I'm already in the army." Sir Tristan gives a salute that he knows any Iron Gauntlet will give, essentially, showing that he is a part of the military service.
Oh, it salutes back. I'm sorry. Who are you? You hear
So just-
Uldra go, this is, as she steps behind him, the hero of Bahamut, the legendary commander of the Order of the Cog, leader of the 12th subdivision, Tristan Copperfield, and you will address him with the correct honorifics. If not, I will have you stripped of your rank. Do you understand, Breakbone? Oh, Admiral, I didn't realize you were here. Thank you. Thank God you're here. We actually need a lot of help. Sir Tristan, sorry, I apologize for the rude, Gratcher. Please,
like
come
Sir
with me if you like.
Sir Tristan, grabs his arm and is like, calm down, son. Like, what's not fun? Sir Tristan smooths it over. It's like, come now. He didn't know he was in the presence of, I hate to use the term greatness. I view myself as a common man. Let's go, talk business.
Right away. As he leads you guys back to his command tent. And so you guys make your way over to the command tent. And inside you see let me see if I can break you into an actual tent real quick. Hold on. It's gonna be really cramped in there.
We can act like we like each other. It's fine.
Oh goodness. Okay, no worries. I'll just put you on a regular. We're fine. Whoa. Derp, Yarrow, Tristan, Thwamp. Bolo, Uldra. Guess we don't have Breakbone here. Oh, Niles. Forgive me, people. I am in the middle of doing a whole bunch of
No worries.
transitioning. And perfect. Okay. Oh my god, my roll 20 is... My DM thing is fucking going crazy. Hold on one second.
All the tokens.
There we go. There's like... I was doing like triple the amount of tokens. Okay, so in the camp, you see what looks like 2 highly skilled veterans, and then 2 like commanders or like vice commanders, and then 2 like look like wizards or magical mage, like battle mages. As Neil brings you all inside. I'm sorry, Niles brings you all inside. He goes, welcome to my command tent. This is our planning area for now. This is what we have. Vice Admiral Uldra. I'd like to debrief if you would like me to continue. She goes, yes, please continue, Niles. Well, so the beginning of our expedition went well. We got here, and under the authority from High Command, came here to take authority over the 13th subdivision, and open a new fort to stronghold to be able to bring our troops in from Balorian to our new fort and grow a stronghold here so we can further take care of the plight in the jungle. As one of the mages goes, unfortunately, we were lied to, or maybe the information was shoddy, but we got there and we were ambushed by ghouls and zombies. But these were not normal zombies. These zombies could cast spells. They looked like they were magic user undead. I don't know if I can necessarily call them a zombie, but they were undead nonetheless. And the other one goes, right, and additionally, we were unaware of the plight of the curse that is forming this world. Our people are unable to be healed and are turning into zombies themselves, so now we are forced to burn all the carcass outside. As you guys smell, again, burning flesh, remains, dead animal carcasses. It smells awful.
Like Sir Tristan goes, that burning flesh brings me back to some very horrible memories during my training time. Sir Tristan, looks down. Like normally he'd be, happy, but this brings up a little bit of a sore spot in his memory. And he goes, excuse me, are you guys aware that most of the rest of the Chult thinks you people are entirely wiped out?
Well, it's been about 2 months since we've been back. Unfortunately, a lot of our men, as we go forth, we cannot traverse this alone, and they end up succumbing to the jungle. And thus we've not been able to communicate for about 2 months. Where is Lyra? Why hasn't she sent a scouting party?
It's like Sir Tristan goes, about that. Well, I should report bad news first to you. Fort Balorian, Sir Tristan goes, Camp Righteous has been completely wiped out. There's only been one survivor.
Yes, I know. We fled from Camp Righteous, Tristan, here to Camp Vengeance, and we built our stronghold.
It's like Sir Tristan goes, that we were expecting the worst. Hearing you people alive is actually changes things for the better. You should know there have been unsavory rumors about Fort Balorian. There are 2 major problems that I see. First, let's discuss the easier problem. Their command. It seems to me that your command structure here incorporates. Seems to be more flexible. It seems like you take in the information from your local sources and you use it to your advantage. And I can see that because your men here look, well, for the lack of a better term, it brings me a tear to my eye. I've never seen people so well trained before outside of my organization. You should be very proud of them, good sir.
Thank you.
It's like Sir Tristan. Meanwhile, on her hand, she is stuck in a very rigid. She's trying to approach the jungle like it's one of the field exercises. You know the one. Standard
forest.
manual.
Right, standard forest survival tactics.
Yes,
March
that
through,
works.
cut down the forest. Exactly.
That works well on the mainland, but this is not the mainland. Even ignoring the whole undead curse thing, it's crystal clear to me that the entire command structure. So just thinks about it for a second. He goes, "No, that's not quite right. Their training needs to be thrown out, and it needs to be adapted to the jungle in the worst possible way." Sir Tristan goes, but that's not the big problem. The big problem is this. Sir Tristan sighs. We have reason to believe that there's corruption amongst the fists, the flaming fists. We have unsavory reports from both the Santharm and regular citizens that they're dealing with pirates. As in, they're strong-arming anybody that's not from Baldur's Gate, and they are basically taking their shipments and stuff like that. In addition, their general soldiers are not well trained, so they can't even be trusted to be in town.
Interesting. Uldra steps forth. I'm going to be honest, Captain. Commander. I do not believe this man has done a good job. I think that his leadership skills have landed him here because he trusted unfaulty information. And not only did he not bring back his men, but he went out of communication for 2 months. That is a very large blunder. And so I am going to be taking over commanding this fort from now on. And you, sir, are going to be reporting to both me and Grimguard. Understood? Yes, ma'am. I apologies. His group kind of like looks around like, oh my god, are you fucking serious, dude? And they start to gather close to him, and they start to all talk and confer. And she goes, "This isn't for discussion. This is going to be the new former structure. Tristan, I hear your plea and I hear your plank, but we unfortunately don't have any proof of what's going on, and thus from my end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to first get in contact with some of the people back at the home base, and so I'm going to require that you take me back and then back here once again, or I can get here along my own ways, if you don't mind me tagging along. But either way, this will be our base of operations moving forward. Feel free to come here and replenish yourselves. If you were to help build up this fort, I could probably get these men in the tip-top shape for any further battles moving forward. Feel free to send any of those fools from the Flaming Fist here if they don't like their captain structure. Unfortunately for her, I outrank her tremendously."
It's like Sir Tristan goes, "That's all well and good, but we have an immediate fire that we need to deal with. The Flaming Fist of that Capillarian. It's clear to me that they are the bigger problem. We cannot leave them to their own devices."
I agree. And thus, I'll be reinstating Neil here to go to Fort Bolarian himself and investigate with the full permission of the High Command of Order of the Iron Gauntlet to go through all of her tax records and find anything that is suspicious. He will be reporting both to you and me.
So Tristan goes, "That's all well and good, but can we get the men trained up first? We need to protect... we need to triage here. We need to protect the people in the area first."
In this area, Tristan, or Fort Bolarian?
Fort Bolarian. That camp is probably the only thing standing in between us, the citizens, and complete annihilation. Not to mention, the northern shores have gotten even worse of late. If they have any hope to survive, that camp must be in tip-top shape immediately.
Well, since Neil here is pretty adept at training soldiers, Neil, you and your you and your commanders, or your vice commanders, you lot will be going to Fort Balarian and training those young men in the tip-top shape. Understood? Right. And while you're doing that, conduct an investigation. Please be discreet. And down here, I will take over command here, and you can probably, and your party can probably go with Grimguard back to Port Nyanzaru before you head to Fort Balarian. Additionally, Tristan, I think that it'd be great for you, sir, if you were able to, when you get back to Port Nyanzaru, try to find out what's going on with these pirates and see if we can get this under control. If one of the schemes is coming from one attack, then maybe we can attack from both angles and see if we can find something. What are your thoughts?
I think so. And I think with great frustration with the men being trained, they might open up through the human interaction of reciprocity. I think they might be more willing to help us out, given if their survival prospects go up. They might be able to willingly help out with the whole tax fraud investigation. They might even spill the beans on their interactions.
I agree.
You know the whole deal. Help a criminal scratch his back. Maybe he might rat out his friend.
Good tactic, sir. You are a man of influence. I admire you for that.
We can get more flies with honey than with vinegar.
As she laughs, and she's like almost blushing at this point, still like fawning over you. Well, Tristan, I'm going to take over here. Feel free. You have full command over this place. Do whatever you see fit, good sir.
While they're having that discussion, especially considering the underlings seemed most disturbed by the sudden change of command, Chirp would like to sort of watch them throughout the conversation to see if it's just sort of like a children's sort of all our fun is done now because we don't have the same person in charge of us, or if it's like something else a little bit more nefarious than that.
Okay. Yeah, give me an insight check, and it's gonna be a pretty hard one, but you can probably decipher it if you're good.
Right. Come on now.
So, you can't tell if it's like a what the fuck thing, like how dare she just come in and take over our hard work that we did to get this fucking whole ass fort set up, and then bitch out our commander and then de-strip him of his rank, or if it's like I can't believe we're losing our power, this is bullshit. Like, you don't know. But either way, they do seem pretty upset. But they ask you to vacate the premises under top secret, etc., etc.
Sure.
It's like Sir Tristan, walks over because he can see their distress, and he goes, "Hello, good sirs. My name is Tristan. Probably heard of me. The whole hero of Bahamut, blah blah blah. But I think you guys are, I think you guys are great. It's clear that you worked hard. You don't see men like yourselves outside of maybe the Iron, maybe the Order of the Cog or whatever. So your commander, despite what Uldra says, I think is fantastic."
They look at you. Tristan, give me a persuasion check. Watch this dude get a nat 20 right now.
I mean, he rolled too much.
Oh, God. 20 though. Good Lord. They are all filled with resolve, and they look at you in admiration, like you are like Garp walking in and exciting the energy of the youth, and they look to you like, "Oh my God, you are something. Thank you. I think we did a great job too." As they start to tear up, and the one goes, "Ship up, come on." And the one wizard goes, "Yeah, sorry." And they escort you out.
It's like Sir Tristan just turning on that charm.
So, I don't know how long we've been going. I know we started a little later, but I think we could take like a 5-minute right here and then pick back up. Sound good?
Yep.
We are back. And so you guys get a long rest. It is the next day. Thwamp. Oh wait, did you roll the last time? Tristan, why don't you give me a 1d8?
All right.
Ah, yes, Tristan. Nat 1. How the gods have blessed me this fine afternoon. It's hurricaning outside. You guys are kind of bunkered down for the day. And so you could choose to use this day. You're not gonna be able to sail back up the river. It's not gonna be possible. You could use this day to forage. You could use this day to mine. You can use this day to chill. You could use this day to do whatever you want. But you cannot leave. Or you can leave if you want.
It's just like, we are not leaving in this mess.
This sucks.
Sir Tristan goes, I think I'm gonna go perform some funerary rites. Sir Tristan goes, this day reminds me of a bad memory that I have. And I might as well get out of the tent and do some walking around in these rains.
Tristan, what do you do for your ceremony?
Let's see. Where are the most Sir Tristan's gonna walk over to where the most bodies are. He's going to do something.
The
there.
bodies are actually outside the tent, down by the river. Like they're being burned, like outside the fort. Everyone inside the fort is just like hanging out. They got some goats. You know, it's chilling. Still no sign of Azaka or the veterans.
Is it safe enough to go out there?
Yeah, it is. You just can't get on the. You can't get on the
River.
the water.
Right? Yeah. Okay. So Sir Tristan's gonna go over there, and he's going to look down at the bodies and just go, "I'm sorry, my friends, but your fight is over." And Sir Tristan is going to slam his hammer down, and he's going to ring its bell. And then a large bell appears, in the sky, and he rings it, let the souls know that they have finally achieved peace for a couple of days at least.
Tristan, as you ring your chime hammer, it rings at an exuberant, wonderful, loud, beautiful, glistening sound as it rings through the camp. As you feel people, as the mood is lightened, you brought for a small amount of time peace within this area, and you feel that your connection with your god is growing again.
Sir Tristan looks down and goes, he looks up in the sky and he lets the water hit his face and he goes, "Yes, my master." I still,
sorry about that, guys.
like, Sir Tristan goes, "Yes, my master, I still know what true fear is. I have not forgotten." Sir Tristan walks away. Like, he's not talking about Bahamut, but he's talking about his old master, his, Lady Deline or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, awful human being, but she taught him a lot. And he's like, "Yeah, I remember." And he can hear in his head, the sounds of people screaming, bodies being thrown, and then just his master just sitting there laughing and just telling Tristan there isn't a damn thing you can do about it.
Yep.
And Sir Tristan goes, "Yes, I am still afraid. I know." And he just walks away.
You're just ringing your hammer. I don't know why it's doing that song, but so the mood lightens. What else do you guys want to do for the day? Tristan did his thing. What about everyone else?
Yarrow, seeing that the objective is they can't really move upriver right now. Additionally, just camp's in disarray. She is going to forage for some materials nearby.
All right. You're going to be going out alone or with your party. You can do it alone if there's no issue. You're pretty good on by yourself too. So, or what is your plan?
She was planning just to go alone.
Okay.
Yeah, and that will also proc some of her acids. What it technically is. Yeah, Wanderer. Goes in the Wanderer stuff. Once again, you can always tell and recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and features. In addition, you can find food and fresh water for yourself and up to 5 other people each day, provided the land offers berries, small game, water, and so forth. It's also more efficient when on her own due to deft explorer.
Very nice.
Due to natural explorer.
Sounds good.
She also will always, during this, she will remain alert to danger. If traveling alone,
Okay.
you can use stealthily at normal pace. Foraging,
Very
you
well.
find twice as much food as you normally would. So that means
And
you can
we're
find
going
food for
foraging.
about 10 people.
Hell yeah. Okay. Let's see how your survival roll is. We are in the jungle alone. Survival. Well. What are you going to do with the 25? Right? Yarrow, you happened across 17 of these blue tulip orbs, all growing in a patch. These things are bright blue. You have 17 of them. You also find a couple of mushrooms. They look red and green. 2 red and green mushrooms. You also find a pathway, and the pathway starts to open, and as you explore this pathway, you find that it goes down into a trail, and the trail is formed. It leads somewhere.
Just to recap, the 14 of the blue tulip blossoms, the path, and then
17.
was it 17, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 yellow and green mushrooms?
Mm-hmm.
They're gr-
Yellow
So
and
they're-
red. No, green and
oh,
red.
Green and red.
Yes.
The
2 of
Mario
each,
one up.
or they're
No, like 2
colored?
green and red mushrooms. Yeah, they're like green and red. Green and red.
Got it. Just wanted to make sure.
And you find a trail.
Got the Super Mario +1 up mushrooms right now.
She kind of looks down the trail, looks back at camp, waits a little while, but she will take a small peek down.
Okay,
this
you
path.
go down a
Just
trail, yeah.
Not going super far, but
Okay. As you move
Just
down
kind of
maybe
a-
like 20 yards, you find that the trail goes down into a cave, and that you see at the bottom of this cave stone structured like a doorway that's stone structured, and it has a hand on the center of the frame. It's just like a hand, like a palm of a hand, you know.
she isn't going to go any closer. But she will definitely take this information back to them.
All right. As you head back, you meet back up with your party. Thwamp, Chirp, what are we doing? Oh, Chirp, you said you wanted to sneak in on the commanders, right?
No, I was just looking at the underlings during that previous conversation, but otherwise,
Okay,
I'm
okay.
relatively uninterested.
Okay, so what is Sherp and Thwamp doing?
Well, I'll go ahead and say that after Yarrow comes back from her foraging, Perp will approach Yarrow, and he doesn't really say much to you. He just kind of walks up and he sort of rustles into his pouch, and he grabs these 6 vials, just kind of in a handful, sort of passes them over to you, or offers them at the very least. Doesn't force you to take them.
Yarrow kind of leans in, looks at these vials, kind of recalling the ones he picked up in the tube. Kind of sniffing them, trying to see if she can identify them. And what are these exactly?
And then he will regale you with the descriptors of each of them, going through the Serpent's Fang Venom, doing the 1d4 or 2d4, sorry, poison damage, and have a DC 13 Constitution save. Oh, sorry. So DC 13 Constitution save, take 2d4, become poisoned if they fail. The Ember Claw does 2d6 fire damage, then half as much on a successful DC 14 Dexterity save, and if they fail by 5 or more, they catch on fire and take 1d4 until it's extinguished. And then the Wither Leaf is the on hit or touch, so this one doesn't require a wound. Target makes a DC 12 Constitution save or take 1d6 poison damage and cannot regain hit points until end of next turn. All of these are next turn effects. And then he kind of goes, again, using your voice in your head, I can't really use these, but I figure that somebody who is as an adept and archer as you might make great use of them.
She'll nod, take them. My thanks. I will try to put this to best use.
It's better than I can do with it.
I will probably need those descriptors.
I gave them to you in
the journal.
20, in their
Oh,
journal.
beautiful.
You should see them and under item, hopefully.
They're in there. That's how I
yep.
remembered them.
Beautiful. Thank you.
And then after she takes them, he'll just kind of nod and go sit and find a quiet place for a little while. As quiet
Very
as
nice.
you can in this camp.
Thwamp.
Thwamp, when Yarrow come back, he's like, "Oh yeah, Yarrow, I was gonna ask if you needed some help foraging, but I see you already did it. Did you find anything else out there?"
I did, actually. There is a large stone door just down that way. I figured it's probably too much trouble for me to go alone, but figured
Stone
we could ask
door.
around the camp. Yes,
Stone-
large hands in the center.
Thwomp's feathers flare up, like, and he tries to remember his dream. Like, hand, stone, temple, door. Door. Thwomp just goes, "Can you show me it? I need to see this."
He shrugs. Very well, follow me.
Has Tristan got back to camp yet?
Tristan, you're with the soldiers all day, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
You guys Yarrow, you know the way, so I'll give you. You know how to get back there anyway. You can't get lost. So you head back there. You head down the trail. You go to where the door was, and the door is gone. Instead, what you see now, going to the trail, is just a black handprint on top of like the middle of like a boulder or a rock. Normally, where the door was at.
He stops. It's like, this is exactly where I was standing. The door was there. Full door, and now it is just a print.
Thwamp goes up to the handprint and tries to like feel around. It's like, this does it look similar? He tries to remember the dream, as faint as it was. Like this, does the handprint?
Oh, Thwamp, you're trying to remember, but it's phasey. Give me a history.
History.
Oof. It's like you're trying to remember a dream, and it's like getting super hazy. You can't remember if it is or not. But for whatever reason, this handprint feels like something is there. You're not sure.
Like something is there.
Right.
I had a dream before we headed out, and what you described sounds eerily familiar to what I think I saw. Again, it was a dream. Maybe it was my condition at the time, or maybe anxiety, but it's like I can taste it. It's the darkness, the flickering lights, the chains. But there was one thing that I remember. It was a stone door. And it had a handprint, hand symbol, and as like the feathers flare up again, it's like I get chills. And as I go, it's just a rock, right?
Right now, currently, yes. It looks like a giant rock. So
Like
at
a
first,
boulder.
it looks like oh, I'll show you the door, what she saw, and then I'm gonna show you what it looks like afterwards. But Yarrow effectively saw something that looks like super duper grand entrance to dungeon. It's in notes.
Notes Discord or notes?
Oh, Discord. Sorry.
It looks like that. And is there a picture of like the boulder, or no? Not yet.
Yeah. Hold on. La da da da. One picture of a boulder, hopefully. But alas, the door is replaced with like a flat, like stone wall that has a handprint on it still.
Flat stone wall.
I do not have another image, sorry. But
Okay.
yeah, so it's the stone is now like the door you see, imagine that just being like a wall. There's no way to open it or close it.
It's the same symbol. Door.
Yeah, same symbol.
Same symbol. It's like,
Well,
you sure you saw that? You sure this?
yes. One thing I can assure you, Thwamp, I do not forget terrain I have traveled.
Thwom's voice sounded like, almost like, I don't believe in dreams like that. That one felt too real. Now you're just telling me that you saw the same thing that I did?
Yes. What I think is even worse is I was not dreaming. This does not bode well.
It doesn't. I'm scared. I'll admit. Too many times I've been too close to this, and all of a sudden, I'm sorry.
You need to tell Tristan and Dorp.
Yeah. Yeah, we should.
I do not
'Cause
want to linger here.
Thwomp goes up to
Not
the stone, and just kind of like, just give it a fucking punch, just out of frustration.
You punch a stone wall. It hurts your
Yeah.
hand.
What is it with this jungle?
I don't know. It's not like anything I've traveled before. I guess on the good side, I did find a lot of those blooms that Kaelin likes.
Yeah. Maybe
I
I'm
think
just.
This might be another question for him. If he's seen anything like this. Can
Ew.
you draw it?
Yeah. That's. As I take out my journal and I put it like underneath my coat so it doesn't get wet. So I just do every detail possible on it. Just handprint every fine detail. How big the stone is, like measuring everything. Just like almost just like ramblings on a wall. Just going really fast.
Yarrow then comes over and leans in, and then using her hand, she starts to kind of gesture and describe exactly what she had seen.
I get to
first
another
time.
page. I flip to another page. Or let's say the first crew drawing out the stone is on the left page. And the drawing that I'm about to do, the description, is on the right page for comparison. And I go, okay, describe it.
Does just that. She traces her hands around the drawing on the left, kind of describing here where the pillars were, roughly how big they were. Because once again, her memory of terrain is very. So, she's trying to give Thwomp as good of description as she can tell.
Okay. Symbol. Door. Stone. Covered in vines. Vines.
Vines, stairs down. Okay.
There's. Did you feel anything? Did it, or nothing at all?
Just saw it in the distance. Figured
You
it's best not to lock up to strange doors by myself.
Okay. No cold sensation. Nothing.
Yara will try to recall if there was anything particularly off that she felt when she saw this door, besides just the fact that there's this weird fucking door.
Not that you can recall.
Yeah. She shakes her head. I am sorry, Thwamp, but I do not think I felt any particular sensations outside of lovely weather we're having.
Yeah, that might have muted the senses a little bit. I don't know. All right, let's head back. You know this place. Let's.
Yep.
You
Let's
guys
head
head
back.
back.
Yep.
All right, guys. The day has passed. You take another long rest. Chirp, why don't you give me 1d8?
Yer. 8.
It is blazing fucking hot out. It is a heat wave. It is humid as shit because it was raining the past couple of days, and the sun is beaming. However, you guys are ready to set sail. With you joins Azaka Stormfang and her men, Niles Breakbone, and the rest of you as you head on out of Camp Righteous, back on the river to Port Nyanzaru. It's hot. Let's do some survival checks.
Bit.
All right.
She was rolling low earlier, but don't worry, she's got it back.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Well, I mean, you know, you guys are fucking, you know, unfortunately, I don't know what to tell you. You guys make it, but barely. Thank God for,
Yarrow.
Thank God for Yarrow. Jesus Christ. Barely. Woof. 1 day passes. You guys get short rest, or you could take the day, give a long rest. And then continue.
Take a short rest.
Short rest.
And you're gonna go through the night.
Yep.
Okay, you're right around where Camp Righteous was.
So they're passing the camp right now. What was the
Right.
camp? Better term. I guess while they're on the boat passing, Yarrow will look out. Imagine it's probably dark now.
Mm-hmm.
Just try to see
You got night vision, yeah.
if anything within her field of view perks up, anything's changed.
As you make your way up the river, you're wondering if there are any predators you're looking out for. Basically, you're keeping guard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a perception check. To your ability, you don't see anything. I mean, you're pretty good at this, but it is nighttime. But if there are predators, they're doing their thing, and they're hiding and not revealing themselves, or at least their presence.
She'll turn to the group to speak. I'm not to say with confidence that we aren't being watched, but as far as I can tell, there's nothing, at least immediate.
And Azaka
pressing.
goes, right, I have the same assessment. We might be being followed by something, but I can't really tell. As soon as we stay near the boats, I assume we'll be fine as if we're pushing through. All right, everyone, another round of survival checks. Okay, you guys are good. We go through the night. It is now morning. You guys could take a short rest, or you could push through. You would take a level of exhaustion if you push through.
Take a short rest.
Short rest, yeah.
Short rest,
Okay.
yes.
Another short rest. Yarrow, 1d8, please. And as the hot day listens, thunder clouds roll in, and the weather picks back up as it is unbearably fucking raining outside. You guys are stuck here for the day. What are we doing? By the way, how are your rations looking?
Did we replenish? I'm assuming we replenished at the fort.
You did not replenish your rations.
We did
at the
not
fort.
replenish.
Okay.
I think we're starting to look slim, given
Oh, yeah,
we took the extra days.
Yeah. We want to forage for some food? Just to purify that.
Yara nods, kind of looking at her supplies. That being said, she is going to cast Goodberry.
Goodberry, boop boop.
Goodberry.
Character sheet. Hello. It's Goodberry time. Bonus points is I believe she can ritual cast that. Oh. So. Creating rations for the party. And at least a couple of the Zaka's men. This can tie over the most hunters. We want to stop that.
All right. And what's everyone else doing for today? While we hang out at camp under this rainy, destructive hurricane forces.
So Tristan wants to talk to Nail.
Niall, yes.
Niall. That's interesting. Like, so you came into this jungle, right? Tell me about the difficulties you had adapting to the jungle. It seems like you adapted quite well, actually.
Right. So essentially, my god, the Thunder, sent me here to free this place of its curse. Unfortunately, the forces here were very strong with the corruption, and so I decided, since I was told to come to Camp Righteous to create a fort, I did so. And, with my expertise in different types of battling, I directed my men to go through down the river and take that place by force, which we did successfully at first. We were just unaware of the conditions that brought us there, which is why it's so concerning that Lyra told us to go to Camp Righteous, to the spot of Camp Righteous.
So Tristan goes, that shows remarkable adaptability.
Right, I trained under the fortitude of the commanders in New Hawk's Nest. My mentor, his teacher was the king, Seth Harlow. So I learned some cool stuff under him.
So Tristan goes, you'll probably learn of this later, but I might also give you the cliff notes now. You remember that whole business with, since you know Seth, you know that whole business with Lady Never Ever, right?
Ah, yes. The collapse. I remember, of course.
Like Sir Tristan goes, well, you should know that one of the things that came out was talks of preventing that from ever happening again. Lord's Alliance, a lot of commanders of the Lord's Alliance, Lord of the Cog, the Iron Gauntlet, even the Flaming Fists, they all got together and they decided that they wanted a structure that would basically be able to persist, even if High Command under that previous situation were to fall completely apart. Now I'll tell you the TLDR on that. They failed. However, something came out of that. Something very useful. What we came up with, and what commanders like you will probably learn in the future, and I think you will like it, is the idea of non-commissioned officers. Basically men that can think for themselves and act under a complete unit as themselves. We still, of course, give them directions, but they work using any means that we deem acceptable to achieve those objectives. And we've seen some very promising results within the Iron Cog. We've been the testing guinea pigs. And and we're seeking to expand that.
Really? That is a fascinating theory. Non-commissioned officers. So basically, they wouldn't be directive or battalion. They would act on their own. However, they have authority at which of someone who is a higher rank.
Exactly. Although
Interesting.
they still listen to exactly officers of the higher rank.
I'd definitely like to learn more about this from you, Tristan. I'll apply it to the men at Port Polarian.
Sir just goes, yes. It's still in the planning stages. That COG has had some hiccups here and there, but I think we are. I think with the training that I've done with my men and the experiments that we have suffered, I think we're ready for field testing. And who better than the failing flames?
That is a good point. That's a good point. Well, either way, Tristan, I'm interested. We'll go talk about this further.
Sir just goes, yes, exciting times. Times are changing.
Right. Times are changing. All right. I'm going to think about this. I'll talk to you later, Tristan.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, Thwamp, chirp. What are we doing on our day off?
Since we're stuck here again, would you say that we are vaguely close to the area in which the Arcanaloth banished the Aboleth?
We're past that area.
Significantly?
Yeah. That was like maybe a day ago when you were by Camp Righteous.
Okay. I think he's still gonna go. Chirp's gonna go to the river, find a spot under some sort of shrubbery or a tree to sort of stay out of the mess of it. And he's gonna think back at the very least to what Thwamp was saying with the Ender, the river, so on, and sort of just meditate on it.
Okay. Time passes as you think about the river and the Ender-Taint and your
And Ridley
Mind
too.
Palace, and Ridley, and the day goes on. Maybe
For sure.
you think you might have thought of something, but that thought came and went. Good meditation, though. Thwamp!
Thwamp is gonna go into maybe like the little tent or whatever we're staying in, and he's just gonna look back at the journal, at the drawings that he did based off of the description that Yarrow gave him at the door, and he's going to try to recall that memory, that dream that he had. By like meditating, trying to just zone everything else out. Complete silence of the mind. And try to
History
focus
check.
on it.
Or maybe
History.
insight? Yeah, let's do insight.
Insight? Gotcha.
20. You enter your mind as you try to remember clearly, with clarity, what you saw, and as the image goes before you, it flashes the chains, the scythe, the door shutting, the handprint showing. It resembles the one that you have, but it wasn't red; it was black, and that's all you remember.
I go into my I open my eyes again and I go into my drawing and immediately just like go to the drawing and just edit like, no, this one was red. Like dream was black. And just try to like find any discrepancies and edit them.
Oh.
Again, almost like just scribbles on a wall, just frantically just writing it down before the memory of the dream fades.
Wonderful. You draw down what your remains, and it's somewhat similar.
Discrepancies. The one that the one that Yaro saw was red. The one in my dream was black.
And the day passes. Thwamp, why don't you give us a 1d8?
1d8.
A 6. It's pretty hot out. It's not bad at all, but it's hot. You guys are on the ocean, and you are able to reach by nightfall Port Nyanzaru.
In a bay down by the
Port Nyanzaru it is. Port Nyanzaru it is. You guys reach back home. The air filled with jubilance. The smells lighten the mood of beautiful food. People are going through of different types, races. You guys are in Backport in Nyanzaru. You have your gold. You have your contract with Azaka ends. You pay her her fine, and she goes on her way. She tells you guys you know where to find her, which is at the restaurant. You could ask for her; she'll come, and or you can go to Jakhar and ask for her. She'll come find you guys. So we're back in Port Nyanzaru. Tristan, as you guys come back to port, you see a familiar blonde-haired girl come up to you. Oh, you, Tristan.
So Tristan goes, "Hey, how's it going?"
Hey, it's me, Meghan, remember?
So Tristan goes, "You're the two lady. You're part of the two ladies I talked to earlier, right? I gave you the autograph."
Yeah. So my friend went home and they took your autograph, and then like they messaged me and basically said that they got like 3,000 gold pieces for your autograph. So like, are you like super famous or something?
So Tristan goes, "Well, I don't like to brag, but I was the hero that saved Waterdeep from the whole realm from the Tiamat crisis, and the savior of Bahamut."
Oh, well, I am a druid, and I am really good at healing, and I've gotten a little stronger since like last time going out, and so can I like join your party? Alexa, stop.
So Tristan goes, "You're a cleric?"
No, I'm a druid.
Oh, so Tristan goes, "My mistake. I'm so used to clerics. If you could heal, we could always use a valuable member."
I can heal.
So Tristan nods and he goes, "Of course we'd have to interview you, but
Can we do it now? Can I interview you now? Can we interview me now?
So Tristan goes, "Okay, I'll just have to."
Please. She comes up to you and like presses her body against your sternum and your torso.
It's like so Tristan, puts his hands in between her and pushes her out a little bit. He goes, "Easy, easy, guys. We got a druid here who might be a good healer for us. So what do you guys think?"
This young lady is blonde. She's about 5'7". She is super attractive. She is a looks like not like a hippie, but like a crunch mom, granola mom, where she's wearing like really nice clothes, and she has her hair done up and like pulled back into like a ponytail, and like she has a bunch of like crystals around her satchel, and she has like a long, like not like super flowery like frilly dress, but she has a nice dress on where it's like respectable caster's robe or dress, what have you. And she looks like she is healing girl pretty much. Megan.
I saw this anime. No, I'm just kidding. Not speaking in her mind, Chirp will go. I mean, the amount of times that we faced death. Maybe.
So Tristan goes, you know what? Let's go to someplace. Let's go to someplace that's not out in the open. I want to. So Tristan goes, the jungle is not for the faint of heart. So I want to test you a little bit first.
Okay. Who are your friends? Why do they look weird?
So Tristan goes, looks over and goes, do they look weird? I've seen weirder. I once had a Chimera that tried to eat everybody it saw, so that damaged my perception of normal, I guess. Then there was that terrorist.
Hello. And she looks over to the lot of you. Hey guys.
Chirp will let out just a small wave.
Thwamp will reach out, extend his hand.
She like extends her hand and shakes it, like not a firm grip, but a nice grip. She's not like manhandling, but she's like shaking your hand with like proper etiquette of like an adventurer would.
And then I speak in her voice. Hello.
Nice.
Hello. Okay, that's weird. And she looks
Not
at Yarrow.
met the Kanku.
No.
And then Chirp will say no in her voice.
Do they do this all the time? Like, that's kind of annoying.
So Tristan goes, you get used to it. So Tristan looks around. It's like he's looking for a secluded spot where there's not too many people, essentially.
So you can go to your private place that you have, or you can go to like, a bar, a tavern, or you can dip down into an alley. Just find a private area real quick.
So Tristan goes, let's go to an alley. I want to test you a bit because, like I said before, the jungle is no place for somebody that's just starting out. So
I'm not just starting out. I can do a lot of stuff, actually.
So Tristan goes, and you'll get a chance to prove that to me. But let's go to that alleyway over there.
Okay. She follows you to the alleyway.
Sir Tristan goes, all right. Now, I apologize in advance, but understand, given the dangers of the jungle, I cannot stress this enough. I have to do this. So once again, I want to apologize to advance. Are you okay with that?
Okay.
So Tristan unleashes a very, very intimidating aura, and he stares at her and he goes, are you prepared to enter a place that could be your certain death? If you are not willing, please flee now.
Tristan, give me intimidation. Unfortunately, this lady is also pretty good.
I'd like to
20. Oh.
offer the help action by way of using my daily free use of the psychic whispers and use her voice to sort of do like faint echoes on the fringes of her psyche, saying like, are you sure? Can you handle it? Yada yada yada.
Tristan, so first with Chirp, she seems unbothered by you trying to probe. With Tristan, she looks at you, Tristan, and she looks very afraid, but she looks at you and goes, dead in the eyes, and goes, "Yes. After what I've seen, I could do anything. And I
Sir
kind of want to
Tristan-
help that guy, Kinley."
Sir Tristan smiles and he officer a handshake. Welcome aboard. You have passed the test. And he grips her hand, very firmly, shakes it.
And she shakes it. "Thank you." She like pulls her hand back. "So, what are you guys' names? Like, my name's Megan. I'm from New Hawk City. I grew up in the lower ward near the Church of Tamora, which my mom and like dad like fucking worship or whatever. And I'm currently 19, and I just got out of school for herbalism, and now I just started school for herbalism, and so like now I'm like here on vacation, but like to go adventuring, but like now I'm like here like doing this, and like so that's like me." She like
So
looks
just-
at you guys like dead-eyed.
It's like Sir Tristan goes, "Well, you have something. Not many people, to stand up to me and look me dead in the eye. That takes some serious gumption.
I'm
And
not
you'll
afraid.
need it. You'll need it in the jungle. Trust me."
I'm not afraid.
Sir Tristan goes, "Right, but do keep on to your fear. I can stare down things, and even I have fears. Always keep on to your fear, my child."
Okay. You remind me of my dad, but like cool. She's like looking at you like dead-eyed, like. So like, are your friends not gonna say anything? Or are they just like standing there looking? Like, that's fucking rude.
Sir
That is
Tristan goes,
exactly what Yara was doing.
Sir Tristan looks back at them and goes, they're not, what's the term? Charismatic? Personable? He's about to say house trained, but he just stops himself. And he goes, "Yeah, they're, we'll say they're shy."
Ah, well, whatever. She's like, "So like, you guys want to see what I could do?"
So Tristan goes, "Yeah, why not? Let's go to the hut first."
What?
So Tristan goes, "Follow me."
Jabba.
Okay, what the fuck? Why are we going down to the Beggar's Road? You guys are broke?
So Tristan goes, "Just trust me on this. You'll see."
Alright.
Yara really hasn't said anything the entire time, but she is just staring daggers at this girl, trying to just evaluate her.
Go ahead, give me
Especially
an insight.
because she's a druid. It's like, you actually know nature stuff, like, seem to have... Once again, she's looking for survival prowess.
Yeah.
Is that investigation or insight?
So I guess you're looking. Yeah, I mean, you're trying to gauge her on her ability, right? You're trying to check.
Mhm.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Yeah. Are you trying to see whether it's her gear that looks like well attained, or her like her stature or demeanor?
Stature. So,
Yeah. So give me insight in that case.
Ooh.
19.
So this girl, first of all, she is letting on playing dumber than she probably is. And she to you, you're getting this girl might be really smart, but she's also probably playing it kind of close to the chest, with your 19, because again, she's acting really stupid, but not just stupid, but a little like, standoffish, but also is able to like face Tristan in a way where she understands what was happening. So you're thinking she might be sharper than she's letting on, but for the most part, she seems experienced. At least, she's not like a complete like greenback newbie, not greenback, green by the ears newbie.
As we're walking, Thwamp is just scribbling little drawings of the things that we face: Arcanaloth, Aboleth, Ghoul, the big like brute zombie that we killed for the head of. Yes, thank you. The ogre zombie, just stuff like that. And I think I already have a drawing of the abyssal amalgamation that we found at the beach. And as we're walking, I go, "Look, have you seen any of these before?" And I just scroll through the pages of like that one, that one, that one, that one.
I've seen that one as she points to the gorilla. You had the gorilla, right?
Yeah, the gorilla as well.
I've seen this one before as she points to the ogre zombie. And like I've seen the ghouls a lot, but Kinley like really destroyed them like pretty good. And I haven't seen this one.
So Tristan goes, so Tristan thinks about it for a second. He goes, "Oh, no, I'll ask later when we get there."
Okay. All right.
Which
You
one is one
guys
that
make
she
your-
didn't see?
The abyssal narwhal.
Oh, okay.
Had you seen the Aboleth before?
No, she has not.
Just so none of the abyssal things, only the undead.
Correct.
Okay.
Well,
Good to
you know,
know,
the
good
abyssal things are happening. They're following you guys. It's not like they're just about, you know, so that's unfortunate, but yeah.
Well, regardless, she's with us, then she's gonna have to know. Like, okay.
She goes, Oop, go ahead.
No. I was just saying. Okay, so you know the undead, you know this one, but more into the jungle, you haven't seen any. As I point to the abyssal ones, the Arcanaloth, the Aboleth, the narwhal, abyssal narwhal.
No, I haven't seen those.
Well, just give you a little glimpses to the things that we've seen. None of us like them. None of us.
Yeah, these seem pretty dangerous if I'm gonna be real.
Can ask as I point to Chirp. It's like he was awake during the whole thing when we faced. As I point to the Aboleth, this thing. I don't know if you're gonna like the talking. Might be a little weird.
Chirp nods. Although, and this is just to you, Thwamp, you weren't out for that long. I did wake you up pretty quickly. I didn't get much more than you did.
But I almost I faced death in 3 different ways in that 1 minute. I say this in the mind, just not out loud. In the mind, you saw everything that happened from a different point of view there.
And you want me to tell her everything?
Up to you. That one's up to you.
Megan's
Just
just looking
saying.
at you two like, why are they staring at each other?
So Tristan goes,
They're talking.
ignore it. They're talking.
Oh, that's kind of cool. So like I could do like my druid circle basically taught me how to like follow the stars and stuff. So like I'm really good at like navigating and like doing like stuff with like stars, and like I could heal pretty good, and like I could also like do cool shit. Like I could blow stuff up kinda sorta. So that's what I learned from my star circle. But you know, unfortunately, like they're kind of lame, and like so like they don't like really adventure. Like they like to hang out and like study and shit, which is like cool, I guess. But like I'm like trying to get out in the field so I can like raise my renown. You know, like I'm trying to be an adventurer. You know.
So Tristan goes, that first journey. It's always a good one. You know, people that not every adventurer out there that becomes great necessarily has a you know the type. They are forged from tragedy and all that stuff. Sometimes a great adventure can be born out of an ordinary person deciding they want to leave the house and get out there. That's the story for me.
This is where Yarrow is finally going to chime in a bit more direct. Oh, you can drop acts. You're more experienced than you let on.
She looks at you, darts eyes. What?
Like Sir Tristan goes, not here, Yarrow. Let's discuss
she
this
saying?
inside.
You guys, at this point, you guys are in the hut. She goes and she looks at the hut like, why are we walking? And as you walk into the hut, it's the fucking Harper's Tower, and she is blown away about what she's seeing. Oh my god, what the fuck? This is pretty intense.
Sir Tristan, walks over to a chair, at a table, and he sits down and goes, sit down. We got much to discuss here. Mainly, and he goes, Yarrow is correct. I have one question for you. You're not with the Lord's Alliance, are you?
No, of course not. Like, so I went and studied in New Hawk's Nest, but like I ended up joining the Emerald Enclave as a faction because like all my friends were basically getting their degree, like their studies in druid like form or whatever, and like so like they all like were like, we're gonna join the Emerald Enclave. So I joined Emerald Enclave, but like they do like fucking field research. Like, I mean, like that's like where I came here because I was like, okay, I'm gonna go do field research in Chol because it's like fucking a tropical island or whatever, and I was gonna go chill on the beach and shit. But like then I got here and it's like shitty and shit, like, and like so then I met this guy named Kinley. He was like kind of hot and like super fucking like jacked and shit. He was like an older dude with like, and he was like, yo, I'm phoning like a party or whatever, and like so we did like this party, and then like, I mean, I was a little bit less experienced than I am now back then, but like, we still were pretty strong, and then like we went to this place and like. Dude, like it was crazy. Like that guy's really strong, but unfortunately, like my party members weren't as strong. I was trying to heal them, but like there's just too many fucking pirates, and so like I escaped because like I could turn I could turn into like a different form or whatever. But like I'm pretty sure he's like captured or whatever there.
So Tristan goes, all right. Just one more question. How exactly experienced you are, because you are underselling your abilities like crazy, and I want to know why. So Sir Tristan lays in
all her secrets, right?
Like Sir Tristan goes, not many people can. I'm a very intimidating guy, and for you to stand up to me, that doesn't your story just doesn't add up. Like you would have to experience a great deal of insanity, weirdness, just crippling things.
Right. Okay, well, so like I said, my name is Meghan, and so yeah, I am technically the daughter of a noble in Waterdeep, and so like she like runs the horse track or whatever, and like so my mother like was like a famous adventurer or whatever. And so like she trained me in druidity and told me to go to school, whatever. And like my dad was like not really around, but like, so I have a lot of experience being around animals, but I really don't fucking like them because they smell awful and whatever. So like now I'm like into the stars and shit. But like for the most part, I have a pretty good education. But like if I just like being me. So like people don't like the way I talk or whatever, and like people aren't really like, a lot of people are really like reserved and like they don't like talking to people who they think is like intellectually like intimidating or whatever. So like I kind of just like be me without having to turn on like this stupid nobility bullshit, which I can do, but like why would I do that when I'm having fun being myself?
So Tristan goes, that's why. That's fair enough. Yeah, I'm experienced with the nobility of the Waterdeep, bribery, thievery.
Sir Tristan, if you'd like, I could refer to you as such, where I give you the proper honorifics and move forward in a way
Sir Tristan
that is
goes,
professional.
Don't. Just don't. It's like Sir Tristan goes, I hate when people at the call me sir or whatever, and I usually prefer when they call me useful idiot, moron, hey, get out of the way. You know, that kind of atmosphere. That's the order of the cog. Oh, when I showed the other commanders there, the cog, the local labs there, they literally try to kill themselves because they're like, how could a junior talk to their superior officer that way? And I just laugh. It's a riot. I think me and you, we might get along.
Yeah, for sure. You're pretty cool, honestly. You guys are okay, I guess. This place is pretty cool. Like, I'm gonna go like take a look around. Thanks for having me. Again, my name is Megan, and I'll talk to you guys later. Can I meet you guys like at the Thundering Lizard or something?
Just some nods. Yes, sure.
Cool. Later, guys. She like gets up on her belongings and walks out of the hut.
Just because I like her. Now that we know what we're dealing with, I think we can deal with that. Sir Tristan, thinks, about the conversation he had. He's like looking back on his memories, seeing if what she said checks out, essentially. Actually, he's wondering, he knows a lot of nobility in Waterdeep, so he's wondering if her name, checks out historically.
Yeah, so you know that one of the owners of the racetrack in New Hawk's Nest was owned by the party, the TBDs. They came in a little bit after you, took care of some other shit from your understanding, maybe like 10 or so years after you were out of retirement. And so they did some other shit, but one of the people who does the central bank and one of the people who do the horse track, they had a child, and that child is Megan.
So Tristan, has a little smile on his face, and he goes, so she grew up. It's nice. She's grown up into a fine warrior, especially if she can stand against me and not be intimidated.